time you got a car as reliable as you are. And America's First has made that more possible than you.
And you are looking live inside JSU's Pete Matthews Coliseum, the normal home to the JSU men's and women's basketball teams. But today it is home to high school basketball as 12 teams across Northeast Alabama converge on the campus of JSU for the first annual TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge. Hi everyone, I'm Mickey Shadricks and welcome into the Pete and welcome into a big day of high school basketball here on TV24. Let's get right to it and tell you what is on tap today here at the first ever TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge. Here's the schedule of games that will be taking place today. The first game that will tip off momentarily will be Sacred Heart against Collinsville. Then coming up at 1:30, it'll be White Plains taking on Fife. Then that game will be followed at 3 o'clock by Alexandria and Plainview. Then at 4:30, a game that took place right here on this floor in the Northeast Regional last February as Sachs will take on Geraldine. Then at 6 o'clock, it'll be the Oxford Yellow Jackets taking on Sparkman out of Huntsville. And then the nightcap tonight should be a great grand finale. It'll tip off around 7:30 as Gadsden City and Talladega will hook up. Big day of high school basketball here from Jacksonville State University. Coming up in just a moment, we will join Carl Brady and Gerhard Mathangani for the call of our first game between Sacred Heart and Collinsville. Stay with us here on the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge presented by America's First Credit Union.
It's time you got a car as reliable as you are. And America's First has made that more possible than you might think.
All the way, ha, 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 jingle bells, jingle all the way, put your jingle in it.
Surviving the office holiday potluck? That's feast-worthy. Celebrate with KFC's new Loaded Potato Bowl. Creamy mashed potatoes and gravy, corn, hand-breaded and diced extra crispy tenders, topped with our new bacon cheese sauce, green onions, and 3-cheese blend. Now in our $5 fill-up meal. KFC, the perfect food for those holidays between the holidays.
Welcome in to TV24's Holiday Hoops Challenge presented by America's First Federal Credit Union at Jacksonville State University. And I'm Carl Brady, Gerhard Mathangani alongside as we have the call for the first game today between the Collinsville Panthers and the Sacred Heart Cardinals. The first game of the tournament. First time we've done a tournament like this for basketball, Gerhard, and I think it's going to be a big day.
Mickey Shadricks highlighted the 6 games that are on tap today and a lot of intriguing matchups, a lot of intriguing battles, this being one of them. 2 teams that have really done well over the last couple of years. Collinsville's a team that has been at this arena with the Northeast Regional. Sacred Heart, a team last year that won the Northeast Regional, represented Class 1A, one of the spots in the Final Four over in Birmingham. Should be an interesting matchup between these 2 teams getting ready for action tonight.
Let's look at the starting lineups for I guess Sacred Heart. We'll start with Sacred Heart, the starting lineups. We're not sure exactly if all of their players are going to make it today because of the ACT test. But for the Cardinals of Sacred Heart, you got Deontay Wood, Kavari Ross, Darren Wood, TJ Heath, and Kevion Nolan, who are going to be the starting 5 for the Cardinals. At Sacred Heart, Kevion Nolan, the starting guard, a sophomore at 6'1". For the Collinsville Panthers, coached by head coach John Tidmore, Dexter Jones, Jalen Martin, Grady Osborne, Tanner Nelson, and Austin Posey are the starting 5 for the Panthers of Collinsville High School up in DeKalb County. Collinsville was in Class 1A up until the offseason. Now it moved over to Class 2A, Area 13. And as you see, the guys are out on the court getting ready for the tip-off to get our game started here at Jacksonville State University between Collinsville and Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart in the black. They'll take the tip. Back out to Nolan. Nolan, first blood, the three-pointer.
Really impressive. Really impressive for Kevion Nolan. He was the one taking the ACT earlier over at Jacksonville State, Merrill Hodge, and he comes out red hot after taking the ACT.
Tanner Nelson brings the ball down and is going to be knocked out of bounds by Sacred Heart. Collinsville will keep possession. Jalen Martin on the side, tosses, gives the ball in, takes it to Austin Posey. Dumping it off to the side, back out to Nelson. Nelson back to Jones. Over to Posey. Posey with the three, misses. Rebound by the Cardinals. Nolan brings the ball down, back over to DJ Heath. Driving under the middle. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Deontay Wood trying to get it in the inside. Nolan will throw the ball in from the baseline. Takes it out to Kavari Ross, over to Heath. And a timeout already being called on the court by the Collinsville Panthers. So Sacred Heart goes up 5-0 here within the first minute of the game. And, you know, we got a pretty good matchup here. Two teams that have been going to the regional tournament here at Jacksonville State over the past several years. Collinsville, we were joking earlier that Collinsville probably needs their name on a locker room here somewhere. They've been here for the regional tournament 7 out of the last 10 years, so it's almost like coming home, playing on a home court for them. They've been here so much.
Absolutely. Coach John Tidmore does a great job with this team. And the one great thing about basketball is you don't have to play well at the beginning of the season. It's really playing well at the end of the season, getting your teams to peak towards the end of the year. And Coach Tidmore's done a great job of that, and so has Coach Raphael Graves for Sacred Heart.
Collinsville bringing the ball in under some pressure from the Cardinals. Nolan forces it out of bounds. Cardinals will keep possession of the ball, throwing it in from the side. It'll be Dexter Jones, number 1. Looking for somebody open to throw to. Finally gets it into Posey. Posey running into the double team pressure there. Sacred Heart is going to steal the ball. And Deontay Wood with the layup.
Credit Sacred Heart's suffering defense there. Ended up putting 2 guys on the basketball as soon as the ball came in bounds. You see here, and that defense is really what led to the offense. A great job by Sacred Heart, finished off by Deontay Wood. Second basket of the game, 4 points for him.
Collinsville from the free throw line with a miss. It was Jalen Martin. Sacred Heart quickly back down the court. Collinsville trying to set something up on their end of the court, and we're going to have a double dribble called against the Panthers.
Nice eyes there, nice call on the double dribble. Try to get away with it, but Jalen Martin dribbled the ball twice, comes in averaging 10 points per game, one of their 3 leading scorers. And we'll have a substitution, first one of the game. For Collinsville, looks like Grant Jones will come in. Sophomore guard, stands 5'6".
DJ Heath brings the ball down for Sacred Heart. Taking it to the left side for Kavari Ross. Back out to Nolan, back to Heath. Try the right side. The miss by Deontay Wood. Rebound by the Panthers. Hand off to Grant Jones. Goes under the go, then back out to the three-point line, back out to the top. Posey with the three-point try and the miss. Rebound by the Cardinals. Going up high with the alley-oop, and they miss it. And Deontay Wood's going to be called for hanging on to the goal.
Yeah, and that's a judgment call there, because if you feel like you're going to come down and hit a player, then they will let you hang on the rim, and really in all levels of basketball. But if you're hanging on to either try to get the ball back or hanging on for any other reason, they'll always call a technical foul on that. But I'll tell you what, the dunk didn't go, and they're going to get penalized here for the technical foul. But that play was wide open, and you have to figure Sacred Heart will go back to that, and using Deontay Wood's athleticism, he was able to get up there, and you see the young freshman. He was a star for this team last year. He's only a freshman. He stands about 6'4", and he's an athletic player for Coach Rafael Graves. But Tanner Nelson will be going to the line, getting Collinsville on the board for the first time, but missing the second one.
5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sacred Heart up 7-1. Another substitution coming in for the Panthers as Dexter Jones checks back in and sends Tanner Nelson to get some rest. Jones looking for somebody to bring the ball into, gets it to Posey. Posey immediately to the right side, runs into some trouble, goes across court. Grant Jones. Jones with a miss, gets his own rebound, but then goes out of bounds.
Collins was really getting the shots they want, getting wide open three-pointers. You saw a skip pass there over to Grant Jones, and he able to get a wide open look, just not falling down.
Jones back out to Posey at the top of the key. Looking for somebody to get a little help from. Gets it back out to Jones. Right at midcourt, a struggle for the ball. Sacred Heart gets it. Layup misses. They're going to bring it back out and set things up again. Kevion Nolan calming everything down, slowing things down, setting up the plays. Immediately takes it right up the middle, dumps it back out to Heath. Ross, the three-point try and the miss. And the rebound and put back with Deontay Wood for Sacred Heart.
That was 4 offensive rebounds on that triple alone. Collinsville can ill afford to let Sacred Heart get multiple shots at the basket. Just a great play here by Deontay Wood. Able to get the offensive rebound, get the putback there. Nice job for Collinsville by Austin Posey, but Wood able to get the ball and the basket, giving Sacred Heart an 8-point lead.
Now we were in the replay there. Sacred Heart with a steal. Jones called for kicking at the ball whenever they were trying to pass. So Sacred Heart comes back in. Wood out to Nolan into Heath, and the two-pointer is good for DJ Heath.
That's just good offensive basketball right there. Finding Heath on the inside, and he's one of their leading scorers, was last year as well. Nice 2 points there by Heath.
Posey out of bounds. Out of bounds on Collinsville. Sacred Heart will have possession right here in front of our area.
Once again, you're seeing defense turn into offense for Sacred Heart. Suffocating defense really on 2 different sets of defensive plays earlier, and then right there, then again, putting pressure on the corner, using the out of bounds as an extra defender and getting the ball back.
Wood with it to Nolan, to Heath. Heath drives, gets it back to Wood for another 2. The freshman forward, 6'4", just a freshman. A young Sacred Heart team, but these young kids have got some talent. Collinsville with the push. Under the goal is Dexter Jones.
Good stepping by Dexter Jones. 13 points he averages, and Sacred Heart will turn it over on the travel.
So Collinsville gets the stop and an opportunity to put a few more points on the board. Down by 10 with 3 minutes to go, just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
If you're Coach John Tidmore, your team's not playing as bad as the score looks. You're getting the shots you want, but the thing that's killing them is the defense for Sacred Heart. There's another turnover for Collinsville. It's the defense for Sacred Heart and the offensive rebounds that Sacred Heart is getting second and third chances at the basket. And that's what's really stretched this lead out.
DJ Heath, sophomore point guard, puts the ball into play for the Cardinals. Going back into Nolan inside. He backs out to the three-point line. Takes it back out to Wood. Looking for a lane, looking for something to break. Wood out to Ross, and Ross with the three-pointer.
Ross is a transfer from the city of Chicago. Came in the offseason. family moved down here to Alabama, and he's been a key player for the Sacred Heart team.
And the Sacred Heart defense again getting the ball. DJ Heath runs it all the way in and is fouled. The points will count.
That's just a great move to the basket. Good aggressive move. He knows he's going to get fouled, still goes up with it, able to get the ball in and get the 3 points the old-fashioned way. And tell you what, DJ Heath as well as Deontay Wood have been outstanding for this team so far tonight.
Rebound by the Panthers. Martin looking for someone to go to, takes it to Tanner. They've got to get it across half court. Long football style pass, and it's going to go out of bounds. Intended receiver was Dexter Jones, but over his head. As we're going to have another timeout called on the court here at Pete Matthews Coliseum at Jacksonville State University. The first annual TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge presented by America's First Credit Union. A full day worth of action here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. As we've mentioned, 12 teams playing 6 games, and this is the first of the 6 games. Now, if you would like to come join us in person, you can do that. Come to any of the games. Come stay for all the games. Admission is $7 for adults, that's 13 and older, and $5 for students or for kids aged 5 to 12. So $5 from 5 to 12, $7 for ages 13 and up. But of course, you can still hang out here at TV24 and enjoy the games live all day long with replays of these games throughout the holiday season. And you can also check us out online at TV24.tv. The games are streaming live wherever you can hook up to us on your computer.
Absolutely. Try to get to these games in different platforms. You'll also be able to get it on demand after these series of games are over today.
Sacred Heart again. On the move, we're going to have a foul called against Collinsville, number 20. Sacred Heart will take it out on the baseline. Heath with the three-point try, hits it.
He's really a presence both on the inside and on the outside. Just a great stroke. Left him wide open there, and that was an easy bucket. Heath.
Collinsville trying to make something happen and gets the 2 there. Jalen Martin with the layup right up the middle, the senior forward. Sacred Heart heading back down. Nolan with the ball. Takes it over to Deontay Wood. Wood drives. Dumps it to Heath. Heath dumps it. And they're going to lose the handle. And it's going to go out of bounds. And Collinsville will have the ball. Checking in for the Panthers is number 24, Sergio Mendez, the sophomore center. Under a minute to go in the first quarter of action here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. 21-5 the story so far, with Sacred Heart leading the Collinsville Panthers. And the Sacred Heart defense just giving the Panthers a difficult time just getting the ball down the court. 2 misses for the Panthers. Offensive rebound again. Jalen Martin with another try. Nolan to Wood, and Wood is good for 2 with the layup. On to fast break.
We talked about offensive rebounds for Sacred Heart there. Collinsville had 2 shots at the basket. At one point, they were 2-on-1, but then they don't convert it into points. And then right back down the court is Deontay Wood for Sacred Heart. He capitalizes.
In addition to the Sacred Heart, that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter of action in this first game of the Holiday Hoops Challenge. Presented by America's First Federal Credit Union on TV24. We'll take the break. Be back in just a moment.
Christmas season stirs up thoughts of warmth, nostalgia, and homecoming. So this Christmas season, come back home to downtown Gadsden, where we offer a holiday shopping experience like no other, with unique boutiques and shops just waiting for you to walk through the door with your Christmas list. Take a break from the shopping with one of our fantastic downtown restaurants, or even hang around late and local small businesses with a holiday shopping trip to beautiful downtown Gadsden.
Only $1 down is all you need to get a car at Pokey Brummer Auto Sales in December. We're having $1 down December, just $1 down, and you can get a car just like this beautiful little red Sunfire at Pokey Brummer Auto Sales. Hey, remember, credit's never a problem at Pokey Brummer Auto Sales. All you need is $1 down, and we can get you riding.
Pokey Brummer Auto Sales, 201 Highway 78 Oxford and 529 South Quintard, Anniston.
Welcome back in to the Holiday Hoops Challenge live at Jacksonville State University's Pete Matthews Coliseum. I'm Carl Brady, Gerhard Nathaniani with me, and the Holiday Hoops Challenge presented here on TV 24 by America's First Federal Credit Union. Our first game of 6 today, Sacred Heart and Collinsville. Sacred Heart with the lead right now, 23-5 over the Collinsville Panthers. Sacred Heart, a team on the rise after going to the first round of the state playoffs last year. And we got the foul calls away from the action. It's going to be called against Sacred Heart's number 1. It's Deontay Wood. Collinsville bringing the ball in from the baseline. Out to Tanner Nelson. Nelson takes the 3 and misses, overshoots it just a little bit. Rebound by the Panthers, puts it up and a miss. Sacred Heart gets it. Darren Wood all alone on the other end of the court, misses the layup, gets his own rebound, puts it up and misses. The Panthers get the defensive rebound this time. Tanner Nelson struggling to get the ball down court, taken away by the Cardinals, and DJ Heath puts it in for 2.
Once again, defense turns to offense for Sacred Heart. You see here, right before that was the steal. Just really just double team the ball at the top of the key and turn that into points on the other side.
Panthers putting it in for 2. Number 24, Sergio Mendez with the 2 points there. Panthers going to have to be a little more accurate with their shooting. They're fighting against that defense, and I think it's distracting them from their shooting. They're getting some shots. They're just not hitting those shots when they're getting them.
Right, they're finding the open shot, and they're getting really the looks they want to. You see a nice there play by Dexter Jones, his 4th point of the game. But you're right, Collinsville's getting the shots they want, and they're getting in. They're getting good penetration. They're getting even good 3-point shots. They just got to have those shots fall, and also when they get offensive rebounds, turn those into points.
Nolan takes it under the middle to Darren Wood, who puts it in for 2 for the Cardinals.
Just a great find there by Nolan, able to get to Darren Wood on the inside. He's missed a couple of bunnies, as they call them, easy shots at the basket, but he's able to get that one as Sacred Heart. Ball will go off Sacred Heart, and he'll stay here with Collinsville.
DJ Heath got his hand in on that one, trying to make the steal from behind, and pushed it a little bit too hard, pushed it out of bounds. Austin Posey checks back into the game. Posey will get it behind the 3-point line, take it over to the left side to Nelson. Nelson is up for 2. That's Grant Jones, I'm sorry. Grant Jones, number 11 for the Panthers. DJ Heath taking his time, bringing the ball down. Second quarter action here in our first game of the Holiday Hoops Challenge. Wood takes it all the way to the goal. 2 points for the Cardinals, Deontay Wood.
You see just how athletic he is. His body was going one way, the ball was going the other way, able to get that thing on top of the glass and put it in for 2. Monster game for him today.
Collinsville breaking the pressure, layup under the goal. It is good for Sergio Mendez. Collinsville finally maybe starting to figure out that full court pressure that they're getting from the Cardinals. They've been able to actually move the ball down court a little bit better the last couple of possessions.
That's the blueprint for the way they have to beat the Sacred Heart team. When the double team comes, find the open man.
3-point try for the Cardinals, a miss. Rebound by the Panthers, being brought down by by Dexter Jones. Little trouble over on the far side because of that defense. Loses the ball. Alley-oop for Cardinals and a miss. And Collinsville going to be called for a foul. The 2 points are going to be good for Kavari Ross.
I'll tell you what makes this Sacred Heart team so fun to watch is they play above the rim, and they're not really super tall guys. I mean, the tallest guy on this team is 6'4", but they play above the rim, and they never quit on any play. And that's the reason why they get so many offensive rebounds is, yes, they might get a shot within 5 feet of the basket, but there's always somebody there to collect the points and collect the garbage, so to speak, just in case that basket doesn't fall. And there you see Sacred Heart getting 3 points on the possession. They wanted the alley-oop. They didn't get it, but they actually get 3 points from Kavari Ross.
Grant Jones bringing the ball down. Jones, a sophomore guard at 5'6" for the Panthers. Getting some pressure. Puts it up over the middle to Mendez. Mendez, no go on the try. Scramble for the ball under the goal, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession will go to the Cardinals with the jump ball.
That's exactly what Collinsville wanted. They want to be able to get the ball on the inside. They have a little bit of a height advantage over Sacred Heart just across the board. Not really one-to-one, but across the board they have a little bit of a height advantage, and to try to get the ball on the inside, they just ended up turning it over on the jump ball. Credit Sacred Heart's defense there for getting their hands on the basketball, not fouling, and being able to get the ball back on the jump.
Sacred Heart on the move. Nolan to Wood. To Ross. Back out to DJ Heath. Back over to Nolan. Looking to get it inside. DJ Heath takes it up. Not going to get it to roll in. Recovered by the Panthers on the rebound. Jones brings the ball down. Gets it to Posey. Posey moves to the right side. Runs into some pressure all the way across the court now to Jones, Dexter Jones. Jones puts it up and gets the 2 for the Panthers.
Nice fadeaway shot there. And Sacred Heart's going to call a timeout here, but nice fadeaway shot there by Dexter Jones. He leads the team in points, 13 points per game. Today he already has 6 points, and that's what Collinsville needs, and Collinsville needs to move the basketball. That's one thing that they cannot afford to do, is have the basketball stand in one player's hands for anything longer than, I would say, 3 seconds, because the Sacred Heart defense is built to, wherever the ball is, trap the basketball. And that's the way they've been getting most of their offensive points. I mean, the score looks the way it does, not because Collinsville is so much worse than Sacred Heart, but because Sacred Heart, number one, gets every single offensive rebound, turns them into points just about, and then number two, that suffocating defense that turns defense into offense, and they capitalize on the other end.
Collinsville definitely a good ball club. They are currently ranked number 6 in Class 2A coming into this tournament here.
Sacred Heart's ranked number 2 in Class 1A, even though they have a 6-5 record. We'll explain a little bit of that at halftime. The reason why they have 5 losses so far, they played some dynamic competition.
DJ Heath puts it up from behind the three-point line, gets another 3 for the Cardinals.
He's
there to 35 for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, he's their inside-outside guy. They try to find him on the inside, but they know he's got the shot on the outside as well. Sacred Heart gets another turnover.
Kavari Ross with the steal and the basket on the other end of the court. One of the advantages Sacred Heart has over some of these teams, too, is they don't have a football program.
Right.
So they're able to start basketball practice, think basketball year-round.
Right.
And start basketball practice the day it's allowed. A lot of these schools that have football teams don't get full basketball practices until their football teams are finished with their runs.
Absolutely, and a lot of, especially the smaller schools, a lot of those guys really cross over.
Sacred Heart up by 20 at this point. Just over 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. DJ Heath with the ball, setting up the play, makes the move toward the left side, and have a whistle, a foul going to be called against the Panthers.
One thing DJ Heath is really talented at is being able to find spots on the court. He's able to dictate, play point guard. That's not his natural position. A lot of that goes to Kevion Nolan, but whenever he does play the point, whenever he does have the ball on the outside, he knows how to find space and be able to get the ball into that space. There he got to pick up a foul and able to set up this Sacred Heart offense to see if they can score more points here before the half.
Heath again, directing the flow, takes it up the middle and misses on the layup. Gets his own rebound after the ball bounces around a little bit. Kevion Nolan short jumper, picks up 2 for the Cardinals.
Kevion Nolan's the same guy who took the ACT just moments ago. Had a 3-pointer in the first quarter, and scores another one right there. Sacred Heart gives up 2 more points to Collinsville.
Dexter Jones with a layup for the Panthers. And another timeout called on the court, this time called by the Cardinals of Sacred Heart. How is this move from 1A to 2A, do you think, going to affect the Collinsville Panthers? They've been dominant in 1A Area 10. They've won the region championship 3 times. As we said, they've been here to the regional tournament at Jacksonville State 7 times over the last 10 years. And then they make that move to 2A Area 13.
Right.
Changes all of their competition. How do you think that's going to impact their team?
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see how it does, because basketball is unlike football. Football, you really need depth because you play 11 guys on offense, 11 guys on defense, then you need substitutions for all those players. In basketball, it's a lot different because you can get away with playing 7 guys, 8 guys, 9 guys max. So really it becomes a matchup game. If they match up well against the same teams they play against, they'll have a good chance. But what we talked about earlier about them being able to always find themselves to play in the regionals, always find themselves to play late in the season, that helps out big time. Because yes, you move up in class and that might be daunting and that might be able to feed your psyche a little bit. But I'll tell you what, one of the biggest things for Coach John Tidmore is confidence with this basketball team. Also confidence with their football squad. They have a really, really good athletic program there over in Collinsville, and I don't think they'll have any problems adjusting to Class 2A.
DJ Heath from behind the 3-point line with another 3 for the Cardinals.
Third 3 of the game. Nice shot there. Nice look.
Tanner Nelson bringing the ball down for the Panthers. Gets a shot from the free throw line and misses. Rebounded by Sacred Heart. It's Bradley Mayfield. Heath again brings the ball in. Looking for the open space over to Kavari Ross. Ross takes the 3 and misses. Rebounded by the Panthers. Nelson runs into some trouble on midcourt. Able to get out of it. Gets the ball down. Posey with the try for the 3. Misses. And we're going to have another jump ball situation under the goal. Collinsville will retain possession here with just less than a minute to go in the half.
You have to admire both teams fighting this one in Collinsville here over the last, I'd say, 6 minutes, have been able to put the shots down that they've been wanting to get. They've been wanting to get all the kind of shots they wanted inside and outside. There's a good inbounds play there by Collinsville, and Grant Jones able to find Jalen Martin for the basket.
Heath brings the ball down the court for the Cardinals. Pushes it in toward the middle, dumps it out to the left side to Kavari Ross, who drops another 3.
His second 3-pointer of the game. Already has a bunch of points for this Sacred Heart team.
Sacred Heart softening up on that full court press. They're still giving them a good press starting at midcourt, but softening up a little bit here as we wind down the last few seconds of the second quarter. And we're going to have a foul called under the basket against Sacred Heart.
Yeah, that's Kevion Nolan here just trying to make a good play on the basketball. Unfortunately, hit Jalen Martin's hands, but nice play there by Jalen Martin. Never quit on the basketball. It was a little bit underthrown, but he's able to get it, collect it, and get himself to the free throw line.
Martin misses the first of 2 at the free throw line. We'll take a look at John Tidmore there, giving some instruction to Brady Osborne. Martin up and no good. Rebound by DJ Heath. Kevion Nolan will bring the ball down for the Cardinals. 5 seconds to go. 1 shot is all they're going to get. Nolan puts it in. And that will take us to halftime already here at Pete Matthews Coliseum at Jacksonville State University. Again, the first annual Holiday Hoops Challenge with TV24 presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. We'll take the break with Sacred Heart in the lead. We'll be back.
Okay, it'll be just a second.
Wait. With a new checking account, it takes like 5 to 7 business days to get a debit card. It's 2014. Nobody waits 5 to 7 days for anything. I mean, I got things to do. Am I supposed to go home and sit in a dark room for 5 to 7 business days? This is
Here you go.
unbelievable.
I'm gonna be the perfect mom.
Herman?
Just like in the movies. I should totally start a blog.
Life can surprise you. So can an Allstate agent. With accident forgiveness, they can make sure your rates don't go up after one, because everyone has an off day. The good hands are doing more than ever before.
Visit us at Parnell Insurance Agency in Oxford, Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia, where you'll receive hometown service.
And we're back. Halftime between Sacred Heart and Collinsville. Sacred Heart with a 26-point lead here at Jacksonville State University and the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. And it's been an interesting half so far. Sacred Heart has had a dominating defensive presence, and they've been accurate with their shots. Lots of threes. They're hitting their shots. They're getting the rebounds. Collinsville not looking bad, but just a little bit off, because I think that defense is giving them enough trouble. It's throwing them off of their timing on everything else.
You know, that's exactly what Coach John Tidmore is telling his guys right now. It's like, hey guys, we're not out of this basketball game. We have just to clean up a couple of things, so we'll be right back into this thing. What Sacred Heart has done so well is being able to trap the basketball at the top. So before Sacred Heart before Collinsville can even get a play called or even get into their offense, they trap the basketball. If at that moment they trap the basketball, Collinsville can find the open man, then they can get into their offense. When they've done that, they've done well. But when they haven't, Sacred Heart's really make them pay.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked a lot about both of these teams being in the regional tournament here at Jacksonville State, being in postseason play. Right. We've got a long way to go before we get to that point. And we've talked a lot about that. But we're right now only roughly 6 to 10 games into this season. Right. So we're still really, really early on. These teams are still feeling themselves out, much less feeling out the competition. Still trying to get everybody into the right place and into the right flow.
I heard Coach Gray say something earlier that really struck me. He said, nobody's winning a state championship today. Yeah. And when I thought about that, he's like, he's exactly right. Everybody at this point of the season is still trying to figure out what they're doing well, what they can do better towards the end of the year. Because basketball, unlike football, where losses early can still hurt you, especially region losses, in basketball, what you want to do is be able to play well late in the season, be able to get on a roll late in the year, and both these teams want to do that. They'll start it off today, but one of the biggest aspects of it is being able to play on this court, the same place they play the Northeast Regional.
47-21 is our halftime score right now. As you look at one of the teams waiting to play, that looks like White Plains. They'll be playing coming up here at the Holiday Hoops Classic with TV24 and America's First Federal Credit Union. We'll be back in a moment.
Hello, my name is Stan Albright, and I'm the senior pastor here at the First Baptist Church in Oxford, Alabama. We want to welcome you to come and celebrate the seasons of life with us, as we understand that no matter what season that we may be in at this time in our life, that there is hope in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Would you come and be our guest this Sunday? We look forward to seeing you then, and God bless.
When it comes to barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. With locations in Anniston and Rainbow City, folks from all over East Alabama love Dad's.
But I've been eating at Dad's ever since Dad's has been here, I guess. I don't know, up at by the old Kmart. So Dad's is a great place, and I've always said, they got the best sauce around. Dad's is a frequent stop, at least once a week.
For dine-in, takeout, or tailgating, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Visit us today in Anniston or Rainbow City.
Back to Pete Matthews Coliseum at Jacksonville State University for the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge, and presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. And I believe we have Mickey Shadricks joining us down at courtside.
That's exactly right, Carl. Thanks very much. And we are joined now by a very special halftime guest of our first game, Jonathan Shadis, who is the branch manager of America's First Federal Credit Union in Oxford, obviously our major sponsor today. Jonathan, welcome into the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge, and thanks for representing America's First here today. And just talk about America's First partnership with TV24, because you guys are a huge supporter of so much that we do throughout the year involving high school athletics.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mickey. I mean, we support the local area, definitely, with us having several branches, especially one being in Calhoun County. We like to support all the local sports and be out there as much as we can and be there for you guys.
Talk a little bit about the Oxford branch. It hasn't been open too awfully long. It's one of the newer branches within the system. You have branches in Talladega and, of course, all throughout Birmingham. But talk about the Oxford branch and what it's been like getting that up and running. And it's in a great location. I know that right off of I-20.
Right. Yes. Actually, the transition has been great. Business has been good. We have taken on a lot of new membership, which is great, and we're glad to be in the community.
Talk about America's First, what you're doing these days. Folks watching who are familiar maybe have heard the name of the credit union, but what are some of the products and services that you guys offer that you think viewers might be interested in, because you do have a lot of unique services that you offer?
Of course, we are a full-service financial institution. We're able to offer anything from free checking account, great automobile loans, credit cards, student loans, you name it. We have it all to meet just about anyone's needs.
Your loan rates are really low right now, aren't they?
Yes, sir. We've got actually currently an automobile rate as low as 0.99 right now for 36 months.
Well, it's really great to have you guys on board with this basketball event today, and this is a first time we've ever done something like this, and we really appreciate America's First sponsorship.
Yes, sir. As always, we'll look forward to next year.
All right, Jonathan Shadis, America's First branch manager at the Oxford location, joining us here at halftime. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Carl and Gerhard will rejoin you for the second half of our first game today between Sacred Heart and Collinsville. The TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge presented by America's First Federal Credit Union.
It's time you got a car as reliable as you are. And America's First has made that more possible than you might think.
Hi, my name is Reverend Jeffrey C. Williams, the owner and licensed funeral director of Anderson Funeral Services. At Anderson Funeral Services, we are compassionate and caring individuals committed to providing quality and professional service at affordable prices. We are where service begins and never ends, and love is what love does.
Aniston Funeral Services offers affordable services to meet any need for all families. Aniston Funeral Services, 630 South Wilmer Avenue, where service begins.
Welcome back in again. We are continuing halftime at Dean Matthews Coliseum at Jacksonville State University. The game between the Collinsville Panthers and the Cardinals of Sacred Heart, the Holiday Hoops Challenge with TV24, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. And we've got a full day worth of basketball games. 12 teams have agreed to participate in this. Coming up next, we have Fife and White Plains. Later on in the day, Plainview and Alexandria, Geraldine and Sachs, Sparkman and Oxford, Talladega, and Gadsden City. That's going to be the nightcap game, and a huge game that should be with Gadsden City and Talladega later on tonight, and that'll probably be around 7:30ish when that game starts. Remember, you can come down to Pete Matthews Coliseum and join all of the fun here all day long. $7 is the ticket price for ages 13 and older. 5 to 12 years old is only $5. You can watch it on TV. You can continue watching online, streaming online at TV24.tv, or come down and join us in person and enjoy a full day of basketball here in East Alabama.
Absolutely, and these games run back to back to back, so you just sit down, get some food, and be able to enjoy these games, because there's not a break in between, just run them one right after the other. So we'll be able to get you some hardcore, some really good matchups in Calhoun County, as well as Talladega County, DeKalb County, and Etowah County.
Yeah, teams coming from all over. This is kind of an extension of our Pigskin Roundup Spring Jam. You know, the 3 days of football, and the basketball coaches came and said, "Hey, you guys have been doing this for football. It went so well. What can we do for basketball?"
Right.
So the result is the Holiday Hoops Challenge here at Jacksonville State University, and a great opportunity for kids and their families to come to Jacksonville State University, play in this Pete Matthews Coliseum. It's had some renovations done to it. The lighting is better. The lighting has been changed. They added air conditioning, which was a much needed addition. to the Coliseum here, and there are additional phases of the renovations that are planned over the next couple of years. So this is going to become, it's already a wonderful facility, and it's going to become even better, and an even better place to continue these Holiday Hoops Challenge type tournaments.
Absolutely. It's a great place for high school basketball. See great turnout at the Calhoun County tournament, see great turnout at the Northeast Regional, and when Jacksonville State plays.
Sacred Heart starts things off in the third quarter. Kevion Nolan with 2 points. Collinsville turns it around, brings the ball down. Austin Posey looking for somebody to give to. He takes it to Tanner Nelson. Nelson takes it inside to Osborne. Back out to Posey. Posey tries the three and misses. Rebound by the Cardinals. Heath to Nolan. Nolan backs out, takes the time to set things up. Deontay Wood back out to Heath, then Nolan, and Nolan knocks down another three for the Cardinals.
That's just a great extra pass there by Sacred Heart. One shot was wide open, but I'll tell you what, even Nolan was wider. And also the fact that Nolan's already hit a three in this ball game before. He's been showing a lot of his outside game today. Already 8 points on the night.
Posey for the Panthers keeps it himself, takes it under, and makes the two on the layup. Sacred Heart immediately turns it around and comes right back down the court, wasting no time getting the ball back into play. DJ Heath over to Wood. Heath from three-point range misses. Rebound by the Panthers. Dexter Jones going to bring the ball in. A little bit of a stumble, takes it out to Tanner Nelson, and Nelson knocks down the three for the Panthers.
Coach Tidmore probably talked a lot at halftime about being able to find the extra pass, be able to get the open guy the good shot. And there, I'll tell you what, huge play by Tanner Nelson, his 4th point of the game.
Nolan from the right side takes it back out top to Kavari Ross. Over to Heath. Heath challenges on the left side. And a short fading jumper gets the two for the Cardinals.
Already 17 points for DJ Heath. As you take a look at the America's First Federal Credit Union replay, gets the friendly bounce.
Three-point try by Posey. Rebound by Dexter Jones. Puts it back for the two for the Panthers. Panthers a long way to go to play some catch-up here in the second half of this game. It is not beyond the capability of this Panther team.
No, it's not, and they're showing some great range, showing some talent to be able to get the ball inside as well as outside and finish strong at the basket.
Deontay Wood misses the layup. Wolowski tried to put back and missed. The ball goes out of bounds, and the Panthers will inbound the ball from under the goal.
See what Sacred Heart elects to do here defensively. Run a lot of traps in the first half. Looks like they're backing off here in the second half, playing a lot more half-court defense.
We're going to have a foul called against Sacred Heart. This is going to be against Nolan, it looks like. It is, number 23. Dexter Jones looking for someone open to inbound the ball to. And a quick 5 count that time. Will be a turnover to give the ball to Sacred Heart.
That's just as good as any steal they've had. That's just as good as any pressure defense they've had. Being able to pressure the ball and also pressure everybody else, getting that 5-second call.
Deontay Wood taking it up from three-point range. Misses. Rebounded by Jalen Martin for the Panthers. Everybody overloaded on the right side. DJ Heath with the steal. He's going all the way to the basket, and he'll be fouled by number 11, Grant Jones.
Jones actually had a great box out on the last sequence of events for Collinsville. Collinsville not able to put that into points on the other side, but Jones ends up getting the foul there to prevent the easy points for DJ Heath, making him earn it at the line, and looks like the foul's paid off because he's missed that first free throw. Looks like Jones, both Grant and Dexter will go off the floor.
Bring in Austin Posey and Dominic Brockett into the game for the Panthers. Heath with his second free throw. Off the back of the rim, rebounded by the Panthers. Dexter Jones gets the rebound. Over to Posey, way behind the three-point line. It's going to be short. Rebounded by Brady Osborne, and he tries to get it back out to Posey, but tosses it out of bounds instead.
Yeah, it's just an ill-advised shot. I mean, unless you know you can make that, that's one that coach will always get on to you about because it's unnecessarily long, and you know the chances that Collinsville will pick up the rebound have been slim today so far. Sacred Heart doing a great job on the boards, and you know Posey wants that one back.
Deontay Wood is going to be calling for traveling there. He was getting the ball from DJ Heath. It was a little bit overthrown. He couldn't hold his footing the way he had to reach out for the ball. Tanner Nelson brings the ball down for the Panthers. Challenging right ahead, and he misses the layup. Rebounded by Sacred Heart, but Heath brings the ball down. Picking up the pace just a little bit again. Outside to Wood. Wood takes it back to the top to Nolan. Then inside to Heath. Heath goes up for the layup and knocks down two for the Cardinals.
You want to see good execution as far as offense goes. Just rewind that play right there because that was excellent passing, precision passing. Nobody held the ball for more than 2 seconds. Able to get a good, easy basket there and stretch their lead out.
Posey on the right side takes it all the way across court to Tanner Nelson. Nelson back out to the top to Jones. Back to Nelson, taking their time, working the ball in. And a shot by Dominic Brockett is going to be blocked by Deontay Wood. And Wood gets the ball, brings it all the way down court for a two-point layup for Sacred Heart.
His first points of the half. I'll tell you what, Deontay Wood and DJ Heath are just having monster games here for Sacred Heart.
Collinsville looking for an open place to go. They go underneath to Brady Osborne, and he's going to be called for traveling. Had an opportunity just to take the ball straight up to the basket, but you always have that tendency to want to try to get a dribble and a step in there, and sometimes it messes you up on your timing.
And Coach Tidwell very, very, very frustrated with the 5 players on the floor. In fact, he substitutes all 5 out. We have a fresh new 5 players in. Coach Tidmore's not even speaking to his guys. He knows that they're better than how they're playing so far, and that turnover was kind of the highlight of that moment. And Coach subs out all 5.
Nolan takes it up for a short jumper. Another 2 for Kevion Nolan. Just see the replay there. Grant Jones goes up for the layup, misses. Sacred Heart's got some new players in as well, it looks like. They have a save over on the far side, and Kavari Ross takes a long shot, misses. Dominic Brockett with the rebound. Takes it to Grant Jones, double teamed up at the top. He gets it off. Caleb Jones with the layup and a miss. Ball is batted out of bounds. Looks like Collinsville will keep possession underneath the goal.
Talked about that fresh 5 in, that is Grant Jones and Caleb Jones, as well as Dominic Brockett. Some of these guys have seen some time earlier today.
And Sergio Mendez is going to be fouled as he goes up under the goal. There'll be 2 shots for Mendez, and the foul is going to be called against Keith Orlowski for Sacred Heart.
The one good thing, we talked about this, touched on it a little bit at halftime. The one good thing about this event is it gets you on the same court with these same lights that you talked about earlier at the place you'll play the Northeast Regional. So for nothing else, being able to play in this environment, the dimensions of a college court a little bit different from high school, being able to use that to your advantage and get some game and real experience here on this floor, I think it's immeasurable. Sacred Heart will get another shot at this during the Calhoun County basketball tournament. This is great for Collinsville.
Mendez knocks down the second of his free throws. 60-29, a 31-point lead right now for Sacred Heart. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. TV24's Holiday Hoop Challenge. Kevion Nolan trying to go up for a shot on that, loses the ball and going to lose possession to a jump ball.
Great job there by Sacred Heart's defense, getting their hands on the basketball without fouling, getting the ball back on the jump.
Grant Jones takes it to the side to Dallas Reed over on the left side. Reed looks for a lane, doesn't find one, comes back out to Dominic Brockett. Brockett takes it inside to Sergio Mendez, who knocks down 2 on the layup.
It's 8 points for Sergio Mendez, and really just does a great job on the pump fake. The pump fake gets Kevion Nolan in the air. Nolan does a great job not fouling, but Mendez able to capitalize for 2.
Jackson Orlowski tried the three-pointer, missed it for Sacred Heart, and fast break for the first time today for the Panthers. And that's going to be 2 for Dallas Reed. He broke open out behind everybody else, and they just took the ball right over the top to him.
Yeah, that's one thing, pressure defense can hurt you if you're Sacred Heart not able to get the guy on the outlet pass.
And the alley-oop works this time for Sacred Heart. That was Nolan to Deontay Wood. Take a look at this. Lined up perfectly. They've tried, that's the 3rd time today they've tried it. First time it's worked for them. Brockett with the 3-point try for the Panthers. No good. Rebounded by Sacred Heart. Kavari Ross went up for the shot on that one, missed it. Grant Jones getting some pressure from behind. Ross knocks it out of his hands just as the buzzer goes off for our end of the 3rd quarter here at the Holiday Hoops Challenge, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union, live on TV 24 and online at tv24.tv.
The Christmas season stirs up thoughts of warmth, nostalgia, and homecoming. So this Christmas season, come back home to downtown Gadsden, where we offer a holiday shopping experience like no other, with unique boutiques and shops just waiting for you to walk through the door with your Christmas list. Take a break from the shopping with one of our fantastic downtown restaurants, or even hang around late and enjoy the downtown nightlife. Support your local small businesses with a holiday shopping trip to beautiful downtown Gadsden.
I got the one.
Oh no.
Fitting the tree through the door? That's feast-worthy. So celebrate with the KFC Festive Feast. A bucket of the world's best chicken, our famous sides, biscuits, and our new pumpkin cake. The KFC Festive Feast. Perfect for all those holidays between the holidays.
Welcome back. Getting ready to start 4th quarter action here at Pete Matthews Coliseum, Jacksonville State University, the TV24 Holiday Hoops Challenge. Collinsville Panthers, Sacred Heart Cardinals, and the Cardinals with a 29-point lead right now in this 4th quarter action. Kevion Nolan up for the 3-pointer, misses. Rebounded by the Panthers. Jalen Martin will bring the ball down for Collinsville.
Barring a miracle, looks like Sacred Heart will win today, but we'll see how Collinsville fights. Coach Tidmore took his starters out for the last about 2 or 3 minutes there of the 3rd quarter, put them all back in here. We'll see what kind of fight they have here in this 4th quarter. Doesn't look like they will win, but they can make a true statement here with the way they play the rest of their season, with the way they play this final frame.
Foul was called there against Sacred Heart's Keith Orlowski. Collinsville inbounds the ball from the baseline. Dexter Jones looking for an open shot. Going to be a little bit short. Gets his own rebound, takes it up, and puts it in this time for 2 more for the Panthers.
Good second chance points there by the leading scorer for this Panther basketball team. Dexter Jones playing a fantastic game today.
Nolan coming down at a pretty good pace, taking it back out to Kavari Ross. Ross up the middle. And adding 2 for the Cardinals.
Sacred Heart's game plan has been very simple all day today, especially on offense. When they get in their half-court sets, all they want to do is penetrate and kick out to the open man. Penetrate, kick back out, and they've done that so many times today. There on the penetrations, Kavari Ross didn't find anybody to step up and help on the backside, able to take it in for 2. But we've seen where they've been able to penetrate, kick it out for 3, and hit that 3-pointer as well. As we have, looks like one of the Sacred Heart players comes up hobbling a little bit. Hope he's okay.
Number 32 is not on our roster. And Grady Osborne good for 2 for the Collinsville Panthers. Kevion Nolan bringing the ball down, going against Jalen Martin. Martin falls down, gives Nolan a chance to try that alley-oop again with Deontay Wood. It's no good. Collinsville quickly making the transition back to the other end of the court, and a foul is called. Jalen Martin's going to get the 2 points and go to the free throw line as well.
Chance here to get some easy points. Let's take a look at the America's First Federal Credit Union replay. And for both of these teams, they hope this is not the last time they play back here on the floor of Pete Matthews Coliseum. This is actually really, really impressive for Sacred Heart because they played last night. They played against Raglan, won that game 81-60. And of course, the Raglan game last week, or Raglan game last year against Sacred Heart, that was the regional final. That was the final game to put Sacred Heart over the top, get them into the Final 48 for the first time in school history. They played them last night and won big. It looks like they'll win big again here today. 2 wins within about 36 hours.
You mentioned Raglan. Raglan also the team that has put Collinsville out of the regional tournament every year for the past 3 years.
Right.
So Raglan has definitely been a thorn in the side of the Collinsville Panthers. So one thing that will happen with that move up to 2A Area 13 is they won't have to deal with Raglan anymore.
Absolutely, and those have been tough and fantastic battles really all through. And like I said, it's a matchup that basketball fans won't get the chance to see, but should be still enjoyable basketball for both clubs as the ball goes out of bounds. We do have a name for the player for Sacred Heart who injured his ankle earlier. Is Tucker Norman. Played some in the first half, played a lot more in the second half. Icing up his ankle right now on the sideline. We hope he's okay and able to help out the Cardinals for the rest of the year.
Tanner Nelson takes the ball to the right side, gives it to Posey. Posey finds a lane open. Nice little layup there for Posey, gets 2 for the Panthers.
It's a great drive to the basket.
Collinsville putting on a little defensive push here in the final quarter of action. Nice block by Dexter Jones. Jones gets the ball back, takes it, loses the handle on it. But Jalen Martin was following right behind him, was able to pick it up and take it in for the layup.
Great play there by Jalen Martin. Gives him 10 points on the game.
Kavari Ross takes it over to the left side to DJ Heath. Heath challenges toward the middle, then brings it back out to Kevion Nolan. Nolan to the right side to Heath. Heath takes it up and good for 2 for DJ Heath. You see that shot again. The America's First Credit Union replay. The Panthers challenging. Dexter Jones tries to take it into the middle to Brady Osborne. It's cut off by the Sacred Heart, and DJ Heath goes up underneath for the layup and misses. Rebounded by the Panthers. Jalen Martin takes it all the way in, misses his rebound on the other end. Brady Osborne gets the rebound, and as he tries to give the ball off to Dexter Martin, looks like Sacred Heart's going to be called for reaching around and reaching in. It's going to be number 2, Kavari Ross. Tanner Nelson to inbound the ball for the Panthers. And we're going to have a jump ball situation there between Brady Osborne and Keith Orlowski. And it looks like Sacred Heart will keep possession on the jump ball. Just over 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 22-point lead now by Sacred Heart. They had a 31-point lead at one point in time. Posey tries the three-pointer and it comes up short. Rebounded by the Cardinals. Kevion Nolan. Bringing the ball down, taking their time at this point. Nolan misses the three-pointer. Austin Posey gets the rebound, brings it back to the other side for the Panthers. Posey, another long three-pointer, hits it off the front of the rim. Rebounded, taken back up by Tanner Nelson, and it's going to be blocked out of bounds by the Cardinals.
Still a lot of fight with both of these clubs. Sacred Heart came into this game averaging 65.8 points per game, so sitting right at about their average right now. They've scored as many as 83 points against Gadsden City in the first game of the season. So this team could really fill it up.
Speaking of Gadsden City, we'll see them later on tonight in our finale game of the challenge. We have another foul called down on the Collinsville end of the court. Looks like that's going to go against Keith Orlowski. Panthers will inbound the ball from the baseline again. Tanner Nelson looking for somebody to take the ball into. Throws it all the way out to half court to get it to Dexter Jones. Jones decides to take it in himself and knocks down 2 for the Panthers. Sacred Heart still with most of their starters in the game. Lead down to 20 points now with just over 3 minutes to go. Kevion Nolan over to DJ Heath on the right side. 3-point try is no good. Rebounded by Brady Osborne. Osborne gives it to Nelson. Nelson taking it all the way in. Dumps it off at the last second for number 30, Posey. Posey tries a 3-pointer and misses. Rebounded by the Cardinals. And Nolan has the ball and will bring the ball slowly into play for the Cardinals. DJ Heath looking for some action on the right side. Takes it back out to the top. 3-point try there for Sacred Heart. Looks like Bradley Mayfield on the try and the miss. Dexter Jones gives it to Jalen Martin, and Martin will be fouled as he goes up for the layup.
It's a good look there on the replay. Able to take the ball aggressively to the basket. Doesn't get the points. He'll look to try to recoup it on the free throw line. Collinsville's down 20 points in this game with 2:28 to play.
Martin misses his first free throw. And we're going to have wholesale changes again across the board for the Panthers.
Substituting 4 in, and Jones will stay on the floor. Or Martin will stay on the floor.
Martin misses the second of his 2 free throws. Kevion Nolan brings the ball down court for the Cardinals. Just over 2 minutes left to play in this game, the first game of the Holiday Hoops Challenge. 5 more to go after this. Kevion Nolan with a 3-point try. He's fouled as he puts the shot up. Misses. The foul is going to be called against Sergio Mendez. So Nolan will go to the free throw line, shooting 3 this time. Sacred Heart right on their average right now. So far this heading into this week, they're averaging 65.8 points per game, sitting at 67 right now. Nolan with 2 out of the 3 from the free throw line there that time. The Panthers, Grant Jones brings the ball down. Caleb Jones with the 3-point try, misses. Rebounded by Sacred Heart. They'll give the ball to DJ Heath to bring it down. He will take his time with a 22-point lead. Just over a minute and a half to go in the game. Nolan looks at a 3, then switches it over to Bradley Mayfield, who knocks down a 3 for the Cardinals.
His first points of the basketball game. Now that's that Kevion Nolan with the great pass, puts it off the backboard. Might be Saturday close to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but bank's still open around here at Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart will bring the ball inbounds again. Right at a minute to go. Nolan with the drive. Gives it to Keith Orlowski, and Orlowski with a layup for 2.
Nice play to the basket. Once again, Kevion Nolan just finding the open man. And Orlowski does a great job of just doing the easy part, putting the ball in the basket, getting his first points of the game.
Good job, Nolan, drawing that defense out, leaving room in the back there for Orlowski to sneak in behind everybody.
After this one, we'll have our America's First Federal Credit Union Player of the Game. We'll announce that. Mickey will have an interview with that player and the head coach of the Sacred Heart Cardinals, Raphael Graves.
Foul called against the Panthers here. Sacred Heart will take it out on the side. 73-48 lead Sacred Heart over the Panthers of Collinsville. About 20 seconds to go. Kevion Nolan with the ball, looking to drive toward the middle, puts it up, misses. Panthers get the rebound. Dallas Reed on the rebound, tried to take it all the way in, loses the handle on the ball, gives it up to DJ Heath. And Nolan's just going to hold on to it as the last couple of seconds wrap up. And that is a final. Our first game of the Holiday Hoops Challenge is in the books. The final score, Sacred Heart 73 and Collinsville 48. And so that was the very first game of 6 total games. So 5 more to go as we continue with the Holiday Hoops Challenge throughout the day, live on TV24 and at TV24.tv. A quick reminder that you can see these games throughout the holiday season. Tons of replays of these games are going to be held over the next several weeks. But, you know, Sacred Heart just too much for Collinsville tonight. That was a strong defensive start to the game for Sacred Heart. Just kind of threw Collinsville completely off. And then threw off their offense that the Sacred Heart offense was on. They were hitting their shots. They were making their shots. Let's go down to the court right now and join Mickey Shadricks.
All right, thanks, Carl. We're here with Sacred Heart head coach Raphael Graves. Coach, you and I talked before the game about you played last night. You had a quick turnaround, had some guys taking the ACT this morning. Dominating performance, though. Your thoughts on the game?
I wouldn't say dominating. I mean, we dominated. We played very well on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, we got to get really better at paying attention to detail as far as, like, taking away the middle of the floor, you know, closing out properly, boxing out every time. So there's a lot of things that we still need to work on, but we'll take this win and we'll go back to work.
Coach, you came very close to reaching your ultimate goal last year. The season's still young. How hungry is this team and how determined is this team this year?
I think they're really hungry. We just got to make sure we're not focusing on winning the state championship now. Just focus on the little things, game by game, practice by practice, and hopefully at the end of the year we'll be there again.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations. Turn now to our America's First player of the game, DJ Heath. DJ, great game today, 18 points. Talk about the quick turnaround and coming in here and having to play early today.
I mean, it was pretty exciting playing here on the college venue. I mean, this is a great event. I mean, this is the first year, right? Yes, sir. It's great. I mean, it was a good competition. I mean, we did pretty good. We could have did better. We got to get better on the defensive end. I mean, all glory goes to God, though.
Let me talk to you about what I just asked your coach about. Last year, you guys almost reached your ultimate goal of a state championship. You got to Birmingham. How determined are you and your teammates this year?
We're very determined. I don't think I've ever been more hungry in my life. So getting there last year and losing, I mean, that was hurtful to the whole team. I mean, we want to get back and win it.
Well, DJ, congratulations. You are the America's First player of the game. There's a $25 gift card from America's First. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, back to Carl and Gerhard.
Thank you very much, Mickey. And that puts a wrap on our first game of the Holiday Hoops Challenge with TV24 coming up. There you see your final score between Sacred Heart and Collinsville. Coming up, our next game is Fife and White Plains. It's going to be a good game. We're going to give them plenty of time to warm up, and we'll be back with more from Pete Matthews Coliseum Jacksonville State University, the Holiday Hoops Challenge, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union on TV 24.